You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of my friends around the world. It's a nice day here in Gwinnett County, 72 degrees, going up to a high of 83. It's starting to feel a little bit like fall, but I know that could be very tricky for us here in Georgia. This is not going to be a long show because I am still suffering from whatever I had, and my voice is going and my throat is still sore and not really sore, but it's like my ear and my throat on my right side. I have no idea. I need to go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. That's what I really need to do. But I get and it starts to itch, and then I start to cough. So I know if I'm talking a long time, it's going to happen. So won't be a long show today, but I'm glad to be here with you guys this morning. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I want to give 2 birthday shout outs because I wasn't on the air last Friday. One of my best friends in this world, her birthday was Friday, July the 26th, Rosa. She's like my sister. We've been friends since we were 14 years old, and now we're little old ladies. So we've been friends for a long, long time. And she had a birthday, and I love her to life, and I wish her many, many, many more birthdays. I also want to give a happy birthday shout out all the way to heaven to my best man at my wedding and my husband's best friends. One of his best friends, he passed away from COVID in 2020. His name was Bruce Cohen. And Bruce, what's interesting about Bruce, he was really nice too. I met him when I was in college, which was weird. Like, Rosa and I both went to the same college. We met Bruce in college, right? And then I'm talking about years later, found out I wind up marrying my husband, who I used to live next door to, and I didn't even know it. Like, it was the funniest thing. Like, we lived two doors apart. I lived in the house that my family and I bought. One of his other best friends grew up in that house. I bought the house years, I'm talking about 20 years later. My husband lived 2 doors down. I had no idea, had never seen him the whole time I lived in the house. Never saw my husband because he don't come outside. He still don't. Never saw my husband. Bruce used to live across the street. And this was years after college. This was crazy. So even though my husband lived 2 doors down, I never saw him. I didn't meet him till years later, I moved to West Orange, where I met my friend who owned the daycare, who was in a relationship with my husband's best friend, whose house I lived in. I had bought years before she owned the daycare. I met him. I told him I lived in that house. He said I grew up in that house. My husband lived 2 doors down. I didn't meet my husband until my friend got ready to marry his friend. That's when I met my husband. Okay, this is a crazy story. So that's when I met my husband. My friend was marrying his friend. I met him in the wedding. We were in the wedding. We met in the wedding. He wanted to be an investor in my company. We started to talk. We built a relationship. Okay, let's go. Let's keep it going. Then after he and I got into a relationship, his other best friend, Bruce, who passed away, wanted to talk to Rosa. And they started to talk and have a relationship. I'm talking about the craziest story ever, y'all. We went full circle, and then we got married. My husband and I got married, and Rosa was in the wedding, and Bruce was in the wedding, and Ty was in the wedding. Tyrone was the one who lived in the house that I bought, that I grew up in, 2 doors down from my husband. What's interesting about that, right? This is the funniest thing. So when I went to college, I met a guy named Derek, and Derek lived across the street from my husband. So they grew up together. So he became my boyfriend. And so when I moved to that block, that's the block he used to live on when he was my boyfriend. I was grown, and this was years later, and I had a daughter and everything. But Derek was my boyfriend. He lived down the street. Crazy. So Derek was my boyfriend when I was in college. Bruce lived across the street. My husband lived on the other side of the street. Derek lived down the street. Tyrone grew up in the same house. They all lived on this one block. It's crazy. I feel that I need to figure that was crazy. So my boyfriend in college lived on the same block and grew up with my husband, and I had no clue till like years later. It was nuts. Anyway, I just wanted to share that story with y'all anyway, happy birthday, Bruce, all the way in heaven, baby. Happy birthday. Yep, that was his. He was a nice guy too. Nice guy. So I got some news for you guys today. You know, listen, I haven't talked to you guys in a few days because I was sick, and I'm talking right now and I'm sweating because I don't know, whatever I have is still in my body. I'm taking all these vitamins and all this stuff, and I just wish it'll just get out of my body and go. That's what I really wish, so I can get back, because I'm not back to myself yet. I still feel like crazy. I still feel like, I get tired really easily. I'm not back to myself yet, and I want to get back to myself. So I won't have a long show, but I will have a show. All right, y'all good with that? Good. All right, so listen, there's a program. For meals, the meals program that they had going on all year long. That program is going to end on Friday. So the summer meals program is going to end this Friday. So you got the rest of this week for pickup. So don't forget to take advantage. It's a free grab and go meal from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can visit 20 locations around the county. So if you know anybody who needs food, like children, Monday through Friday for breakfast and lunch while the supplies last. The kids must be 18 years old or younger, or those 19 years old or older with disability. So they got 20 locations for you to visit. But that program is going to end on Friday because the kids go back to school on Monday. That time looked like it went by kind of fast. I know parents are saying, yes, it does. It looked like it went by. My brother works in Southwest DeKalb, and they started back today. Yeah, he's a teacher and a football coach at Southwest DeKalb, and they actually started. And I don't know if the teacher started then here in Gwinnett County, but in Southwest DeKalb, they started today. He was like, oh God, I got to go to work tomorrow. So that was funny. So the Summer Meals program, for more information about that, you can go to GwinnettSummerMeals.com. Did you know that we offer English as a second language classes at the One Stop Shop in Beaufort? Yep. One Stop Beaufort offers English as a second language class, and they're free. And if you know someone who really wants to learn how to speak English or a second language, learn how to speak English fluently, they can call 678-225-5363. Again, that number is 678-225-5363. 678-225-5363. So if you know somebody who really wants to learn how to speak English, this is an opportunity for them to do that, and it's free. At the end of the day, you want to be able to communicate properly, and so this is an opportunity for them to learn how to communicate properly and speak English. Now, we are in an election cycle. We are in a very different election cycle. It's a very different one. Now, here in Gwinnett County, they have been trying to get this transit referendum passed for years. I think I first started looking at it either in 2018 or 2019. They've been trying to get it passed for years. So anyway, the transit referendum is a countywide vote to decide if transit projects should be funded through a dedicated transit SPLOST program, right? That's what they've been trying to get it passed. A lot of people were against it because they feel like it's going to bring in more riffraff up into Gwinnett County. And so they're not really, they gave it a lot of pushback. They also didn't want to be involved with MARTA. So it was a whole lot of stuff around it. But anyway, it's going to be on the ballot this coming election. So November the 5th, when you go out and vote, and please, y'all, by all means, if you have not registered to vote, please go out and vote. Please go out and register. If you know you're not going to get off in time to get to the ballots, please put in for your absentee ballot now so you can mail it in on time or drop it off. Whatever the case is, we need your vote. We really need your vote. We really, really need your vote. So be sure to go out and cast your vote. And then, when you get to the ballots on the 5th, however you decide to use, whatever you decide about the transit, you cast it at the polls. But here's the thing: you have to cast it at the poll. If you do not cast it at the poll, your vote your voice don't matter, right? So you have to go and cast your vote at the poll on November 5th. And this is a very, 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 very important election. I'm talking about super very on that. So make sure to go and cast your vote. Last week, Chairwoman Nicole Love Henderson, on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, recognized July 2024 as Muslim Heritage Month in Gwinnett County. Yep. Did you know that nearly 25% of the global population is Muslim? I didn't know that. That's a lot. That's a lot. 7 billion people on the planet, and nearly 25% is Muslim. What is that, like 1.2 billion people? Yeah. In Gwinnett County, our Muslim American community makes incredible contributions across all sectors in business, academia, healthcare, law, and more. So they got that recognition. So congratulations to our community. The one thing about Gwinnett, we are the most diverse community county across the whole southern region, and I think number 11 in the United States, the most diverse. Yep, that says a lot about Gwinnett County. That's why I love it here. I know people like, I get so tired of her saying that. I do. You know, it's a beautiful place to live. I just love it here. And I remember when my brother was still living in Jersey, he would come and ask me, you know, you like it down there? And I would always say the same thing. No, I love it. I would say the same thing over and over. I don't like it. I love it. I would say that all the time. All the time. All right, listen, I'm going to go to a song, give my voice a little bit of a break. This first song is one of my songs called True Colors. I hope you like it. I think this is a really nice song, too. A lot of my songs I've created are really nice songs, but this is a beautiful song. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
I wake up to the dawn light, feel the world in my own way. No masks, no fake smiles. I live my truth every day. They might say I'm too wild, but I ain't changing for nobody. I'll walk this mile in my style, stay true to my somebody. Show my true colors, shine through like no other. Be real, be me forever. Wear my heart like a cover. When life's a storm, I'll stand strong. Dance in the rain like a song. Pure and raw, I belong. To my beat, I sing along. Let them talk, let them see. This soul is wild and free. No shadow can define me. This is my destiny. Show my true colors, shine through like no other. Be real, be me forever. Wear my heart like a cover. Let them see, this soul is wild and free. No shadow can define me. This is my destiny. Let them talk, let them see. This soul is wild and free. No shadow can define me. This is my destiny. Show my true colors, shine through like no other. Be real, be me forever. Wear my heart like a cover.
That's a nice song. Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, bringing you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Excuse me. That's my song, True Colors. You know what? So what inspired me to do that song? I had to, excuse me. I've been doing my newsletter, Gwinnett Morning Spark, for about 3 months, I guess. And I wanted to make sure that I was putting out content that people wanted, right? But it was kind of a struggle because it was so. I did this to myself. No, it's nobody's fault but my own. But anyway, I was starting to get burned out because I do the newsletter 5 days a week and trying to research some of the stories to spotlight people was just starting to wear me down, and the history that was starting to wear me down. And I was like, well, let me do a poll and see if this is what people really want. So I shortened the newsletter, and I was like, okay, I'm going to shorten it, and I put a poll in and let me know which one you like the best. Well, they like the shorter version the best, right? So then I put out a shorter version because the original idea for the newsletter was for it to be a inspired, just something quick, inspirational in the morning to get your day started. That was a real goal. It's supposed to be a song, it's supposed to be a motivational message and something like that, just to get your day going. And I turned it into something else. I had, business, I had this, I had tech, I got all this stuff in there, right? I made it something that it wasn't supposed to be. And although I did a bunch of issues, I started to feel burned out. And I was like, okay. So when they said they like shorter, I said, okay, great. When I put the shorter version out, the open rates were ridiculous. Because now it was supposed to be, is what it was supposed to be, a short newsletter, right? That did not work. My open rates went down to like 54%. I was like, oh my God. But what I had was an epiphany yesterday. And I want everybody that's listening that's an entrepreneur or trying to figure out life. I had an epiphany yesterday. The one thing that I've always been able to do really well is talk about business, write about business, find stories about business. I've been able to do that. And even with the newsletter, I had business tips in there, right? And I love still telling stories. Just in case you guys haven't figured it out, I could barely talk this morning. I'm telling all these long stories. But I decided, I said, you know what? The only way that I'm going to make this newsletter continuously to go is to do it from a place that I believe I can do it, which is to create an inspired song. Love doing that. I love doing that. Giving an inspired message. Love doing that. Creating a longer version of that message and coming up with something to grow your business. And then at the bottom, it has what's going on around, take some time out to enjoy life. And that's what's at the bottom. And so I put that out. I said, this is the new format of newsletter. Now, it probably won't appease to everybody, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. Because if I'm going to give you the best I got to give you the best that I got. So that's what inspired me to do the song True Colors. Because I felt like I felt like a good newsletter, I was kind of being a little bit inauthentic. And it was starting to stress me out a little bit. And I didn't want to be stressed out. So that's how True Colors came about. Because now, doing the newsletter that way, I'm showing my true colors. And guess what? People may not open it. They may say, I don't want this. But the 54% of the people who will open it and read it and get some inspiration from it, maybe people don't like inspiration because it was truly inspirational. Like, once I nailed it all down, it was all inspiration. And my numbers just plummeted. Bloop. And I'm like, oh my God. So it's okay. I'll keep doing it, and the people that want to be inspired and with a little bit of business on the side and something to do later on in the evening, they'll find it and they'll read it. All right, listen. Oh my God, this is okay. I've been talking too much. Norcross has a sustainable summer series called Zero Waste. I think that's pretty cool. So for those of you who don't know, the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce has an incubator, a green tech incubator that will be starting in January. There's an information session coming up in September for young ladies and women between the ages of 18 and up. You have to be able to commit, though, to this process full time, because starting a business is a full-time venture, and starting a tech company and starting a green tech company will require even more time and energy from someone. So it's open, it's free to be a part of it. We are accepting applications. So for more information about that, send yourself to hergreenstartup.com, hergreenstartup.com. And it's all about coming up with new innovations, improving on old innovations to help us have a sustainable planet and create sustainable living. So that is going to take place January. Information session is in September. Information is separate, and then the pitch is in November, and then the incubator actually kicks off in January. So for more information, go to hergreenstartup.com, hergreenstartup.com, and also click on the events tab once you get over there, and you can see the dates of the events that's coming up. All right, but In August, which is Thursday, in August, there's a summer concert series for Zero Waste in Norcross. They got a Zero Waste initiative in partnership with Compost Now and Better Earth. Now, Better Earth, I'm so happy to see them on there. Better Earth was on our panel last month in June. We had a Green Impact panel, and Better Earth was there as well. Said that we're going to be we're boosting sustainability with extra recycling bins on site, composting, and to minimize our environmental impact. So this is a way for us to reduce consumption and promote responsible waste management together. So that's going to be happening in August. For more information, you can go to app.compostnow.org compostables. App, that's app.compostnow.org/compostables. All right, check that out. I think that's pretty doggone cool. We need that. We do. We need that. We need to everybody needs to get on the same page about that. You know what I'm saying? They do. And I know some people won't, but I think they should. I think they should get on the same page. Peachtree Corners is constructing the new North Gateway entry at Peachtree Parkway and Medlock Bridge. The city of Peachtree Corners recently began constructing the first phase of its citywide gateway improvement plan. As a part of its ongoing commitment to economic development, providing a sense of place and enhancing the quality of life of its residents, the city will be improving several gateway locations around the boundary at various entry points. So one thing I can tell you about this, right? And you got some people that's not happy, but when I look at the fact that a lot of money goes into keeping Gwinnett beautiful, clean and beautiful, a lot of money does that. Yeah. So Peachtree Corners is part of Gwinnett County. The gateway will fit into the aesthetics first imagined with the construction of Peachtree Parkway pedestrian bridge. While that bridge's design pays homage to the original trusses of Jones Bridge that crossed over the Chattahoochee River for nearly 100 years. 100 years that bridge was over there. The towers and the lanterns on the bridge were intended to serve as a design aesthetic that would lend itself to the future gateway improvements. So I bet that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. Yeah, if you're in Peachtree Corners, you're going to have a new look pretty soon. You are going to have a new look pretty soon. Yep, you are. You are. There was a program that took place called, what was it called? It was called something. I forgot. Forgive me, y'all. But it was called Cure Mindset. And apparently the program was really a good program. And people were excited about it. But they have another workshop coming up in August. And it's going to be called Communication Code. Now, the reason I want to spotlight this is because I recognize that so many people just don't know how to communicate. I'm talking about so many people. Like, so many problems could be avoided if people knew how to communicate. But they don't know how to communicate. They think they do. Some people think they are the masters of communication and they suck. So there's another program called, so that program, the first program was called Cure Mindset. And it was with a company called Long Table. Now, the next program is called Communication Code, and it's free. Like, you don't have to pay for it. It's sponsored by the city of Lawrenceville. It's free. People that attended this past week, the Cure Mindset program, thought it was a great program. They said they had a great time. They had a great turnout. And the Communication Code is coming up next. Now, the Communication Code will teach participants how to connect and communicate effectively with friends, families, and coworkers in their community. They're going to be able to define a conversation to provide clarity, to avoid frustration, and understand the power dynamics of an interaction and maximize situational awareness for effective collaboration. Now, I think I'm going to go and take that class on the 9th because one of the things that I try to do here is be a collaborative partner with the Gwinnett Women's Chamber and with my company. And I need to make sure that when I'm in those rooms trying to form these collaborations, that my communication is clear. Clarity. I need them to understand what I'm looking for. I need to understand what they're saying and what they're looking for, because it is a collaboration. It's not one-sided. And I want to make sure that I understand what they're doing. So, you know, for me being a leader of the chamber, I realize that there are still some things that I need to learn in the leadership role, and effective communication for me is good. I feel like I communicate well, but I feel like I can always do better. And I want to be able to take that class. This class is free. Participants will have access to a free communication code assessment, a tool that will assess your communication strengths and areas for improvement. I love it. I'm going to go take that class on the 9th. Someone who went to the class said it was an empowering and inspiring event for all who participated. They're so excited about August the 9th. I'm going to take that class. I don't know what I'm going to be doing August the 9th, but I'm going to stop. I'm going to take that class because I just really want to be in a position where I can communicate effectively, especially when I'm trying to collaborate with people. Like, that's really important to me. Really important. Recently, the city of Lawrenceville female leaders attended GLOW, Fostering Female Leadership event for the event at the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce. It was a fantastic morning with the panel of Moxie Award winners discussing why cultivating leadership among women is essential for driving positive change and empowerment. Gwinnett's leadership organization for women offers a community for growth, professional development, and networking with other female leaders. And it was a great event. I need to go to that event. How did I miss that event? I missed it. I won't miss the next one though. That's because I really just fixed my calendar, y'all, yesterday. Like I was like, this is a calendar that I could live by, because my calendar was getting crazier and crazier by the second, and I was like, okay, things are falling through the crack because I'm all over the place. I need to fix this, so I will fix it. All right, y'all, I'm running out of steam here, so I'm gonna go to my last song. Then I'm gonna come back and give you my words of inspiration for today. So stay tuned. This song is called "Inspired Force." One of mine. I'm so happy about this. One of mine. I'll be right back after the song.
Light up the floor, we're out of the shadows. Rhythm's our guide, it's time to let go. Feel the pulse, the beat in our marrow. Dancing through life, we're the stars of the show. Turn up the sound, break all the silence. Music's our playground, it feels like science. Every move sparks a bright defiance. We're the blaze, unstoppable alliance. We are the inspired force, flying high, no remorse. Lighting up the night, electric skies, feel the source. Move your feet, take the course. With every beat we endorse the power now, with full force. Inspired course. Jump to the beat, let's raise the vibration. Spin on the edge of pure elation. Lost in the rhythm, a sweet sensation. Together we move, the heart of the nation. Eyes wide open, see the illusion. In every echo, find the fusion. Step to the beat, no confusion. With a dream alive and cruising. Inspired force, flying high, no remorse. Lighting up the night, electric skies, feel the source. Move your feet, take the course. With every beat we endorse the power now, the full force. Inspired course. Inspired course. Feel the heat as we ascend. This dance a message we send. Through the night we will bend. Together on this we depend. Starlight splashes, we unite. In the dark we find the light. Hands in the air, we reach the height. Inspired force in full flight. We are the inspired force, flying high, no remorse. Lighting up the night, electric skies, feel the source. Move your feet, take the course. With every beat we endorse the power now, with full force. Inspired course. So let's dance till the dawn makes a claim. Our spirits free, wild and untamed. Remember the night, remember our name. Inspired force through the flame. Wave the fire. Inspired course.
Welcome back. Inspired Force. That song sounds like it should be in like a some kind of movie, like an action film or something like that. When I first did that, and I was like, okay, this song should be like in a movie or something. Like, it feels like it should be like in a cartoon movie, like Inspired Force. Yeah. Listen, guys, I want to give you my words of inspiration for today because I'm running out of steam here. Here goes. It says, a pivot is a change in strategy without a change in vision. Ooh, let me say that again. A pivot is a change in strategy without a change in vision. Eric Ries said that, and he was right. I had to pivot my newsletter. I've been pivoting my life for the last year. I had to pivot. The vision is the same. I know what the vision is. I write it all the time. I made it clear. Sometimes it wasn't very clear, but I've made it clear. So I've had to pivot like for the last 3 years, ever since COVID, I had to pivot. But the vision is the same. And sometimes you have to make small adjustments. Sometimes you have to pivot, and you have to be okay with that. Even with my newsletter, even with Gwinnett Morning Spark, I loved doing the newsletter, but I was stressing out because I started not to love it, right? And I could have easily just folded it and said, you know what? I don't want to do this. But I decided to pivot, and I will pivot again if necessary. I will pivot. I will make small adjustments to make it better. If I see my numbers are better, I'll keep going. If I see the numbers keep dropping, then it's useless. I will pivot and close it down and transfer that vision to something else, because the vision is the same, to put out inspiring information. That's why you don't hear me talk about bad news on Gwinnett, Good Morning Gwinnett. I don't want to talk about bad news. I want to talk about news that inspire, news that empowers, news that educate. That's what I want to entertain. That's the kind of stuff I like to cover. We have enough bad news in the world. I don't need to add to the bad news. So if Gwinnett Morning Spark don't work out, it don't work out. I still have Good Morning Gwinnett. And by the way, Good Morning Georgia is launching next Monday. Yes. Good Morning Georgia is launching next Monday. So again, the message, the vision is the same. To be a media company that provides content that entertains, educates, uplifts, and empowers. That's the vision. That's the mission. So that won't change. I may have to shut some stuff down, and I won't say something else, but I try to keep it PG. I may have to shut some stuff down, and that's okay. Sometimes you may have to shut some stuff down. Sometimes you may have to make some small adjustments. Heck, you may have to make some big adjustments. But the vision needs to remain the same. And if the vision changes, you got to ask yourself, was it an authentic vision from the beginning? That's the question. Was it? Or was it just a vision? See, for me, I create all this content because my vision is clear. I'm building a media empire. That's what I'm doing. I have newsletters. I have podcasts. Good Morning Georgia is going to be on Roku and Amazon. I'm building a media empire. So the vision is clear. It's been clear for a long time. Have I had to pivot? Yes, plenty of times. Because I've added things to the vision that did not fit. They stress me out. And when I'm learning at this age in my life, when things stress me out, if I can't make it better, get rid of it. If it does not serve you, get rid of it. Do not try to make something serve you that was not meant to serve you. I'm going to leave on that note because I feel like that was a powerful note. I got to go. My throat is starting to burn a little bit. Hey, listen, I want to thank you all for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 32 minutes with me. And I really love and appreciate you for that. Thank you for being an audience that listens. I'm going to listen. I almost thought that I was going to stop doing Good Morning Gwinnett. I was like, I'm getting bigger. And I was like, nope, can't stop doing Good Morning Gwinnett because I have listeners who listen to me and I appreciate them. So even though Good Morning Georgia is launching, Good Morning Gwinnett is not going anywhere. So be sure to tune in every day at 10 a.m. It's going to be, unless I'm sick, y'all. So if I miss some days or something, I'm really under the weather. All right. If you miss any episode of this show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Also, check this out. If you want to start a media company, I'm having a class in October, a 6-week course to help you start your own local media company just like mine. If you have not noticed, everything in my titles is Gwinnett, except for Georgia. Gwinnett Morning Spark, Good Morning Gwinnett Podcast, Good Morning Gwinnett News Site. Yeah, that's a local media company. I've been doing it now almost 6 years. I've been in media for 24. I'm teaching a course on how to start your own local media company. For more information about that, go to mainstreetmediaacademy.biz. mainstreetmediaacademy.biz. mainstreetmediaacademy.biz to enroll in the class. Classes starts in October. All right. I gotta go. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.